This is a reading of Brenda's blog titled Confusing Contradictions. Dear ones, you probably feel as if the world is passing you by, as if there is no one or very few in your corner. Such is true, even if many others once wished to be in your orbit. This feeling seems counterintuitive given the forced COVID isolation. Most appear to be hunkering down instead of expanding their interactions. Such is so for several reasons. When you were part of an outer-directed lifestyle, you shifted your actions to blend with others. So whatever action was expected was easy to discern and activate. With many of your closest beings acting on their inner-directed needs, it appears as if most are isolating. Part of what one friend believes feels right, but not right enough to follow completely. And the same is true of others you once interacted with. Everyone seems to be in an isolation booth. Perhaps you counter our isolation concept with recent war news, indicating many are shifting together. We of the universes remind you that war is not an act of love. Those enmeshed in war are functioning in an outer-directed manner. You cannot understand or condone their actions, and they cannot understand why you are not more involved in the supposed solution or selecting the right side. You are flailing about, connecting with this person or idea, only to feel as if you are on the slippery slope of connecting with your mind, but not your heart. You will probably feel lonely the next few days. Not because you have done anything wrong, but because you are no longer outer-directed, so you cannot react as others expect or want. But then, you are not sure how you wish to respond. Your world feels lonely because those beings who will be part of your cadre have not yet materialized, and those who were seem flat and lifeless. This is a lonely time for those accepting an inner-directed life. Such is so because as you contemplate your actions based on your new inner-directed messages, you shift your emotional being, minute by minute. Who you are is becoming more difficult to define. Even though you have the broad parameters of who you can no longer be, you continue to refine who you are. This is your flitting time. Think of yourself as a new butterfly, unfolding your wings in a field of flowers, attempting to discover your favorite flower. You are a new being in a new land, flipping from one emotion to another, even as the world news encourages you to focus on one issue. Your outer-directed knowingness feels guilty for not focusing on that fear, while your inner-directed being is most interested in something different. Both your inner-directed and former outer-directed beings vying for your attention. Outer-directed entities are doing whatever they feel necessary to return you to their clutches. The world is horrible, and without our support, you will not survive. At the same time, your inner being is telling you that all is wonderfully right. And you merely have to select the right flower to be in bliss. Confusing contradictions. You will sift through it all to create a conclusion that is right for you. What does your heart tell you to do? That is the only action necessary. Do you need to be in your garden or dancing, creating, or interacting with your pets? Follow your inner needs, and you will be in the right place. Follow the fear, and you will negate your inner being. All is right with your world of love. Nothing in the world of fear applies to you. Do those words mean you should be vaccinated? or you should serve your country in war? That is your choice. But for the first time while of the earth, that choice is individualized instead of a group thought. So it is those who react differently than you as a result of their inner or outer directives hold little interest for you. And because everyone seems to be going rogue now, as they find their inner compass, no one or very few will seem compatible for long. Your current loneliness will not last forever, any more than was true when you were an infant and had no idea how to play with other infants. The difference now is your compatibility development will happen within days instead of months. Without you completely understanding how or why, it will just be. Even though you are a new adult, you are a self-love infant in terms of who you wish to interact with and why. So for a few days or even weeks, you will try this person, activity, or flower until you find the glorious being or activity that takes your heart. Perhaps that activity will be short-lived. Perhaps not. It does not matter, for that activity is the springboard to your new actions and life. You are a new butterfly, finding your perfect flower in a field of flowers. The media/political fear-mongering is little different from a rainstorm that prevents you temporarily from finding your ideal flower. Even though this is a new world of love, fear has dominated your earth being for so many eons, you will naturally focus on fear for a bit, even though doing so does not feel right. You will turn away from that fear once the discomfort becomes too great. So be it. Amen.